Good morning, students. We are discussing about advertising campaign process. It consists of 7 steps. In the last class, we discussed 3 steps. First step is the appraisal of advertising opportunity, and secondly, define the advertising goals, and third one, to determine the advertisement budget. And today we are discussing the fourth step, preparation of advertisement copy. What is an advertisement copy? An advertisement copy is the soul of an advertisement. An advertisement copy is all the written or spoken matter in an advertisement expressed in words or sentences and figures, and it is designed to convey the desired message to the target consumers. That means an advertisement copy is a term that refers to the main text of a clickable advertisement, and it is a mean for conveying advertising messages and appeal to the targeted audience. So it must be prepared with the full care, and it should be future oriented. Okay, we can say that the success of an advertising campaign mainly depend upon the quality of an advertising copy. Okay, so while preparing an advertisement copy, it is to be kept in mind that is, the copy is the main content or the main message which leads or which determines the future of an advertisement campaign process. Okay, and certain consideration have to be kept in mind while preparing an advertising copy. That is, it should have a suggestion value. An advertising copy must have some memorizing value. It must have an attention value, some conviction value, some sentimental value, some educational values, and some instinctive appeal value. Okay. Through the advertisement message, it can suggest the audience to something, or to make the audience to memorize something, or to attract the attention of the audience, or to convince the audience about a particular product or service, or it have to create a sentimental value among the viewers or audience, and it must provide an educational value to the consumers, etc. That is to be considered in mind while preparing an advertisement copy. So, advertisement copy is the soul of an advertisement. So the fifth step in the advertisement campaign process is selection of advertising media and a time schedule. After designing the advertisement copy, the advertising experts must do a comparative study of different medias. Why this comparison? In order to choose the right media, a comparison is very essential. Okay. And after that, the right media should be selected, keeping in mind the nature of the product, the nature of audience, stage of development of product, and media being used by the competitors. Okay, these all factors have to be considered in mind while we are choosing an advertising media. What are the factors? Firstly, the nature of the product. What kind of product or service we are advertising, and the nature of audience or the target audience, and their characters, features, etc. Then stage of development of product, whether it is in an introductory stage, whether it is in a growth stage or in a maturity stage. So the different life cycle stages of a product needs different types of advertising campaign. So while we are choosing an advertising media, it is to be kept in mind what is the life cycle or the stage, product life cycle stage of our product. Okay, and another factor which is to be considered very much, that is the media used by the competitors. Okay, that is, we have to use a media which is used by the competitors. It is essential for a competitive advertising campaigning process. So, it must also be decided the time of release of advertising message, when that is the time schedule of the advertising message, when it is to be broadcasted. that is to be determined. That is the it means the decision about or selection of the time schedule. Okay, so we can say that an advertising media selection is the process of choosing the most efficient media for an advertising campaign. Clear? The next is launching of advertising campaign. An advertising campaign requires a lot of research and analysis. Launching an advertising campaign entails some trial and error, but with a little bit of determination and persistence. And anyone can create a campaign with the best chance of success. It is desirable to do the pre-testing of the advertisement copy before releasing it commercially. That is, pre-testing is a research technique to know the reaction to the advertising by a representative sample of the target market before advertising spends a sizable amount of campaign. And the results are then used to correct the formal advertising message. That is pre-testing. So, before launching an advertising campaign commercially, a pre-testing is very essential. And the last step is measuring advertising effectiveness. Every advertiser and every advertising agency want to find better ways to measure advertising effectiveness. It means how an advertisement has succeeded in achieving its objectives. It is a highly complicated and challenging task. Okay, so measuring the advertising effectiveness is very essential for further improvement. And it is highly desirable to measure the advertising effectiveness for further improvement of advertising campaign. And any organization which has spent a sizable amount of money, efforts and time on an advertisement, they would be interested in knowing the results. It means how an advertisement has succeeded in achieving its objectives. Okay. Measurement of advertising effectiveness in fact is highly a complicated and challenging task. Marketing cum advertising experts have developed some important methods to do this task, which can be done by measurement of communication effectiveness and through measurement of sales effectiveness. And this is very clearly or in detail can be explained in advertising effectiveness, that is in the next chapter. Okay, thank you.